Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat well, exercise, and do everything the right way, your legs sometimes feel weaker? Why does it suddenly seem like the stairs are steeper than before? Why does it take more effort now than it once did just to stand up from a chair? Is it just the natural process of aging, or could there be something else quietly working against you? The answer may surprise you. It is not always about what you are failing to do. Sometimes it's about what you are already doing without realizing the hidden harm behind it. Many older people make a small but serious mistake daily. They do it with complete confidence, believing they are making the best choice because all their lives they were told that fruits are healthy, natural, and good for the body. And yes, many fruits truly are. But here is the hidden reality that is rarely discussed. Not every fruit is safe for people in their later years. In fact, some of the fruits we eat, without question, every single week can slowly weaken the legs, create knee pain, worsen inflammation in the joints, and make walking harder than it needs to be. The very fruits that are promoted as healthy can sometimes damage balance, mobility, and leg strength in subtle but very real ways. As the years go by, the body changes. Blood circulation is not as strong as it once was. Metabolism slows down, and food that once helped the body can begin to create hidden problems, especially certain fruits. They look harmless. They taste sweet. But inside, they are full of acids, natural sugars, and compounds that affect blood sugar levels, feed inflammation, and reduce leg strength. The most concerning part is that this damage is slow and almost invisible. You might not even notice it until one day you feel sharp pain in your calves, strange stiffness in your knees, or a burning ache in your thighs after just a short walk. There are 7 particular fruits that people over the age of 60 should be very careful about if you want to protect your legs from long-term weakness, swelling, and pain. These fruits need to be understood for what they really are. They may look innocent, but the effects they have on aging legs are not. After you know the truth, you will never look at your bowl of fruit in the same way again. That is why if you care about your strength and want to keep your legs steady, strong, and pain-free, you should pay attention until the end. Your body may need this wake-up call. Before we continue, if you truly care about your health, make sure you stay with me. And if you're watching and agree that this kind of information is important, share your thoughts. Let's begin with the first fruit on the list. For years, people have believed it fights inflammation, but for older adults, it may actually do the opposite. Let's talk about pineapple. Pineapple is tropical, juicy, refreshing, and for a long time has been praised for containing bromelain, a natural substance believed to fight inflammation. But here is where the twist comes in. While many people assume pineapple reduces pain, for older adults it may actually make things worse. This fruit is loaded with natural sugars and acids, and those sugars are not as harmless as they look, especially for people past 60. As we age, blood vessels become more fragile and sensitive. They don't handle sugar spikes the same way anymore, and pineapple delivers a big hit of sugar into the blood very quickly. That spike can damage the tiny blood vessels that send oxygen and nutrients into the legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, circulation becomes weaker and less oxygen reaches your legs. What does that mean? Pain, swelling, and tiredness. After a short walk, you might feel that dragging ache in your legs. When you stand, your knees may feel stiff. Sometimes even your ankles hurt after sitting for hours. And it doesn't end there. Pineapple is also highly acidic. That acid can irritate the joints, especially if you already struggle with arthritis or inflammation. Instead of calming the fire, it adds fuel to it, making your ankles, hips, and knees feel like they are burning. Some even notice their legs feel heavy after eating pineapple, as though their energy is slowly draining. On top of this, if you take medications, especially blood thinners, bromelain in pineapple can interfere with them, either making them too strong or too weak. But the most dangerous part is that pineapple doesn't cause obvious immediate problems. The harm sneaks in slowly. By the time you notice that your legs don't move like they once did, the damage may already have built up. The sad truth is that many older people eat pineapple believing it helps them, when in reality it could be one of the hidden reasons why their legs feel weaker each year. You don't have to completely hate pineapple, but you do need to be aware and cautious, especially if unexplained pain or swelling in your legs has become a regular problem. Now, if a fruit like pineapple, praised for anti-inflammatory benefits, can actually work against your legs, what about another popular fruit? One that is soft, sweet, and known for helping muscles because of its potassium. Let's talk about bananas. Bananas are often seen as the muscle-supporting fruit. Soft and easy to eat, high in potassium, said to prevent cramps and to give energy. But for seniors, the story is different. Bananas are full of natural sugars and fast digesting carbs. This means that shortly after eating them, blood sugar spikes sharply. When that happens often, the body begins to resist insulin, circulation weakens, inflammation rises, and the legs pay the price. Slowly, you might feel heaviness in your calves, soreness when climbing stairs, or stiffness in your legs after meals. And there's more. Bananas can also make you hold onto extra fluid, especially if you already have heart issues. This leads to swollen ankles, puffy feet, and stiff joints. The effect creeps in silently. You believe bananas are helping your muscles, but over time, they may actually reduce your strength. And just like pineapple, the problem does not hit right away. It builds slowly, making movements harder and pain more common as time goes on. So if your legs often feel heavy, tired, or swollen, bananas may not be as friendly as you think. Now, if something as simple as a banana can do this, what about fruits that look even smaller and harmless? Take grapes, for example. Grapes are tiny, sweet, and often praised for being heart healthy and full of antioxidants. They seem like the perfect snack. But for older people, they can quietly add to stiffness, swelling, and pain. Why? Because grapes are packed with fructose, a natural sugar that, when eaten in higher amounts, is sent straight to the liver. The liver then turns it into fat and uric acid. And here is where the real trouble begins. That uric acid can gather in the joints, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees, causing burning pain and swelling, that sharp ache in your big toe at night, that sudden stiffness in your calves. It could be grapes slowly pushing your uric acid levels up. Fructose also fuels ongoing inflammation, slowing down movement, making joints stiffer, and making walking less comfortable. Grapes are also dangerously easy to overeat. A handful becomes 2 or 3 cups before you realize it, and the sugar adds up fast. So while grapes look like a harmless, light snack, they may actually be adding to joint pain and weakening leg strength with time. And grapes are not the only fruit with hidden risks. Another one is seen as refreshing, hydrating, and the very symbol of summer. But inside, it behaves more like sugar than water. That fruit is watermelon. Watermelon looks safe, it feels light, juicy, and most of it is water. People assume it's the perfect way to stay hydrated with very few calories, but the secret is its glycemic index is extremely high. That means watermelon acts like candy in the body, sending blood sugar levels soaring. For older people, those sugar spikes are especially damaging, particularly for the legs. Each spike leads to more inflammation and weaker circulation. Where does this show up? In your calves, knees, and ankles. You may feel leg tiredness after eating it, swelling around the ankles, or discomfort climbing stairs. Watermelon may taste refreshing, but inside it works like a sweet trap, gradually tiring out your legs. And because it's light and juicy, people tend to eat a lot of it. A slice becomes 2, then 3, and with it more sugar, more inflammation, and more stress on your joints and circulation. It's confusing. You think you're drinking water, but instead your blood sugar rises, your circulation struggles, and your legs take the impact. Does watermelon really keep older people hydrated? Or does each bite quietly add to the discomfort of moving around? If the watermelon on your plate feels unreliable, and lately your legs have seemed more tired, it may be worth rethinking. Let's move on to a fruit linked with vitamin C and good health. It's in juices, immune boosters, and breakfast menus everywhere. But seniors may face a sharp acidic hit on their joints. That fruit is the orange. Oranges are the fifth fruit, the one that quietly attacks your joints with acid. They smell fresh. They are popular in juices, supplements, and morning meals. People trust them to strengthen immunity because of their vitamin C. Yet oranges may be hiding an unpleasant truth for seniors, especially past the age of 60. Behind that citrus shine is acid, something your joints dislike. Oranges are full of citrus, and while that seems normal, it can silently irritate joints. If you already struggle with inflammation, stiffness, or arthritis, the irritation is stronger. You may wake up with stiff knees, ongoing hip discomfort, that uneasy feeling in your legs after sitting too long, less flexibility, and swelling. It's easy to think this is only part of aging, but the habit of drinking orange juice every morning could actually be fueling the pain you're trying to avoid. Here's what's happening. The citric acid from oranges doesn't stop in your stomach. It travels into your bloodstream and can disturb the soft tissues around your joints. On top of that, when citric acid combines with the natural sugar in oranges, it causes spikes in blood sugar. And the outcome? Inflammation throughout your system. That inflammation spreads to your knees, ankles, and calves, making each step feel heavier and more painful. For a younger person, oranges may not pose such a problem, but for older adults with aging joints and slower circulation, the effect builds quietly. The hardest part is believing you are helping your body when in truth, the opposite is happening. Oranges have been linked to wellness for years, but now you see they may not always be kind to your health. So what should you do next? The next fruit looks neat and harmless. It's green, crisp, and lower in sugar. Most assume it's the safest choice. Yet it hides something that can lead to night cramps, tight knees, and aching hips. Let's talk about green apples. Green apples, the sixth fruit, are a hidden reason for leg pain. They look pure, natural, and fresh. Seniors especially believe they are healthier than red apples because they taste less sweet. They seem like the perfect low sugar snack. But here's what many don't realize. Green apples can quietly bring tiredness, stiffness, and leg aches. The two main culprits are malic acid and natural sugar. First, malic acid. This is what gives green apples their sour taste. While fine for younger digestion, it can be harsh for aging stomachs. Our gut lining grows more delicate with time. Once malic acid enters the body, it can irritate tissues, including joints. After eating apples, some older people feel sharp hip or thigh pain. Others feel heat in their feet or a tight pull in their knees. It doesn't happen right away, but the acid builds over time and the pain shows up more often. Now the sugar. Even though green apples taste less sweet, they still have natural sugar. For older people with slower metabolism, this sugar causes blood sugar changes. You may feel calf fatigue, leg cramps at night, stiffness when waking up, or weakness when climbing stairs. The tricky part is that green apples are often eaten raw as snacks or even before sleep. That means the body is exposed to their effects regularly. They seem wholesome, but they may quietly stiffen joints, disturb rest, and make movement harder for older legs. Now think about a tropical, rich, and very sweet fruit. If something as simple as a green apple can cause problems, what about one that is pure sugar? This is the fruit loved by millions, mango. Mango, the seventh fruit, is a sugar overload for your joints. Juicy, soft, and sweet as candy, it's a favorite during hot summers. But here's the reality. Mango may be the most harmful fruit for seniors with weak joints and leg discomfort. Why? Because it carries an extreme amount of natural sugar. Not a little, quite a lot. It delivers a sugar surge that shoots your blood sugar up rapidly. For someone young and active, the body can often manage that rise. But after 60, the metabolism slows. That sugar rush causes a sharp insulin spike, followed by a crash. Each time this happens, your body produces inflammation deep in your joints, especially in the soft tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles. If you also deal with nerve issues, you may notice burning in your toes, tingling that doesn't fade, swelling in the feet during the evening, or a growing heaviness in your legs. Mango feels light and refreshing, so it's easy to eat a lot without realizing. But the body doesn't care about how light it feels. The sugar still triggers inflammation. Over time, that sugar leads to painful joints, slower walking, and shaky legs. Seniors often eat mango believing it's a natural gift. It is natural, yes, but natural doesn't always mean safe for weak circulation and aging joints. By now, you've seen the full picture. Even though fruits are promoted for health, 7 of them can actually harm people past 60. But here's the positive side. Other fruits work the opposite way. They build strength, soothe joints, and fight inflammation. Let's look at those. The healing options, the fruits that support aging bodies, berries come first. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, all small, but full of power. They are loaded with antioxidants, low in sugar, and gentle on blood sugar. Most importantly, they improve circulation, especially in the legs. They help with easier movement, less stiffness, and reduced swelling. Cherries are another option, but in moderation. They lower uric acid, which decreases the chance of gout and joint flare-ups. A handful of cherries can ease sore joints and calm burning in the knees or toes. Avocado comes next. Yes, it's a fruit, and one of the best for joint health. Why? Because it's rich in healthy fats that reduce inflammation and cushion the joints. Avocado also balances insulin, giving steady energy without big sugar spikes. If you want something easy to digest, try papaya. This tropical fruit has natural enzymes that cut inflammation and improve digestion. It's gentle on the stomach and kind to aging joints. And don't forget pears. With a little fiber and protein alongside, they provide mild sweetness without too much sugar. They fuel your body without straining your legs. Each of these fruits works with your body, not against it. They don't bring swelling or pain. Instead, they support energy, balance, and calmness. This isn't only about eating fruit, it's about choosing the ones that fit your age and body right now. When you start making those choices, you feel the difference. Your steps get steadier, your mornings clearer, your movements smoother. If you've stayed with me this far, it shows you care about your strength, your health, and your future. Let me tell you clearly, it's not too late to change. You still have time to recover. You're not alone in this journey. Aging brings pain, stiffness, and the fear of falling. It can make you feel like your body is slipping away. But here's the truth. You can take control by making smart, small changes. Not extreme diets, but simple daily choices. One meal, one fruit, one step at a time. The fruits we talked about aren't poisonous, but they may not be the right fit anymore, and that's okay. Growing older isn't about giving up. It's about getting wiser. When you eat carefully, choosing foods that strengthen your joints and improve circulation, you'll notice the change. Less pain, more flexibility, lighter mornings, easier steps. That's the real message here. Not fear, not restriction, but hope. So now I'd like to hear from you. What did you learn today, and what change are you ready to make? Share it in the comments. We grow stronger when we learn together. If this helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please press the like button. Subscribe so you don't miss useful tips for your health, and tap the bell so you stay updated. Before leaving, type 1 if this video was helpful or 0 if it was not. Your response matters more than you know. Stay strong, stay alert, and remember, your freedom is carried by your legs.